Okay, we're going to go ahead and talk about how to do the vocabulary discussion board. Now, before we get started building this post, we need to get some information, place it somewhere so that we can copy and paste it onto the discussion board. Now, the first thing we need to do is start with a word in context. Here, we can go ahead and pick the word insatiable. Now, once we have our word, we need to go ahead and copy it and paste it onto our place where we're putting our information. This could be Microsoft Word, Notepad, or in this case, a Google Doc. You see that it's been named something that relates to what we're doing. So we can just go ahead and right-click and press paste. And now that we do have it copied, we can go to a dictionary site such as dictionary.com. Go ahead and paste that into the search field and look for the definition. Now we want to copy and paste two things here. That would be the definition and part of speech, and the the derivatives rather, or as they're calling it here, the related forms. To copy this information, click outside of a hyperlink. So see how the little hand pops up? Click outside of it and just simply click and drag. And then you can do a right-click copy, then go back to where you're pasting and enter that information. Same thing for the derivatives. We can click outside of the hyperlinks, right-click, copy, and go back. And then we just put the information there. In that instance, I just put hit Control V. Now we're going to go ahead and search for the etymology of the word. In this case, I am on etymoline.com. You enter your word into the search field, and it will have a result. Again, we just click and drag, right-click, copy, and put it where we need it. Don't worry about all this formatting. We will fix that later. Now we're going to go back and get our word from in context. In this case, it is an article on 17.com about Harry Potter, and we find the beginning of the sentence, and here it's talking about Voldemort is the eldest brother whose insatiable quest for power led him to his own demise. Highlight that, copy it, and put it where it needs to go. We're also going to need this URL of where we found it, so make sure to also copy that and paste it right next to that sentence so we have it to paste in the discussion board when we need it. The next step is to get our Google Ngram information. So from a Google homepage, you can just go ahead and start looking for Google Ngram, and it'll be the first search result. In the search field, just highlight all of that and enter in your word, and then it will give you the information on the usage of the word through books through 1800 and 2000. We're going to embed this chart in our discussion board. So here, where you see embed chart, that's where we'll get the information to paste for embedding. So we'll click here, and we'll go ahead and right-click, copy, and get this information, paste it where it needs to be. Now we are ready to do our discussion board. So we'll start it with doing a new post. Now remember, in the subject line is where we want to enter our word and the part of speech in parentheses. So we'll go ahead and enter that. We can use abbreviations when applicable. Now we will go back to our document where we stored our information and copy everything from the definition to the example sentence. We'll use the link and the embed information in a little bit. Here we are. We'll go ahead and paste our information in there. Now by clicking Control+A, we can highlight all this information, and by going up here to this little eraser, from there we can go ahead and edit the formatting. So we go ahead and click on that, and it cleans everything up. Now we don't need this because we already have our word and part of speech. We'll go ahead and delete that. And now we just start cleaning up the text by labeling everything as what it is. So I'm going to go here, and I will call this the definition. Extra I in there. And so forth. So we can even bold this to make it even nicer. And we continue that with all the other information. Maybe even indent this stuff here. And then do that for everything. Now that it's all cleaned up, we'll go back and get some of our information that we need, such as the link to insert here, and also the embed code, which we'll put below it. Start first with the link, and what we'll do is we want to highlight the whole sentence and go up to here where there's this chain. So we'll go ahead and click on that, and we want to say that we have a link to a website, and we simply paste the link in there and hit OK. Now we have the link to the article in which we read. Next, we're going to copy our embed code and go back to our discussion board post, and now we want to change the source. And we do that right here. So once you click on that, you'll see all this HTML code. Don't worry about all that because we're going right to the bottom. And you just click that last thing, this NBSP, that actually means like space. So just highlight that and then paste your embed code. If you go back and to the other source, you'll see now that there's this little box that says iframe. That means you have done it successfully. So now you are ready to post to the discussion board by simply hitting this button right here. Okay. Here we go. Give it some time to work its magic. You see that we have our definition, we have our derivatives, our etymology, our example sentence that will click, and then our embedded code. We see that this will work. I know that I can find the word insatiable in this article. If I scroll down, it's there somewhere, and there it is. There's our word. You have successfully posted to the vocabulary discussion board.